What's good, guys? What's going on? I'm making another video. I'm outside again because it's mad nice today, so why not? I am in the shade though, so because it's like 98 degrees. I'm not trying to burn up, but I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about honestly, I wanted to talk to you guys about religion. And I know, like, this is not a religious channel. I do not like to get religious, and I'm not going to be making a bunch of videos like this because I don't want this to become religious or political. But there's just something I wanted to address about religion. And like, because a lot of people, once they believe a certain religion, they get stuck in that. Like, they see other religions as, that's crazy, that's like, why would you believe that doesn't make sense. And it's like, you need to understand perspective, and that to that person, your religion doesn't make any sense. And to them, and to you, their religion doesn't make any sense. So like, you just have to really grasp that. I don't think people understand that enough, or really try to see someone else's side or put themselves in that person's shoes. You know, for example, like Christianity says, if you don't believe that Christ is your Lord and Savior, you're going to burn for eternity, right? And it's like, it's hard to carry that rhetoric in your heart and then look at another religion and say, you know, you're not going to hell, because it's like, you believe that already. You already are telling people that you believe that. So you're at like a disposition from the beginning. And then it's not about one religion though. It's not about Christianity or anything. I just want to talk about religion as a whole. And basically, religion is like all it is the study of cause and effect. That's all religion is. It's basically like, if you do this thing, this result could happen, or at the very least, it's a possibility. So for example, thou shalt not murder, right? There's a natural law where if you murder someone or do something like that, there's a good chance that your life is going to become more stressful, more hectic, more paranoid, or, you know, if you do that action. Don't cheat on your wife or spouse or your husband if you're a woman. If you do that, your life is going to be filled with more distress, more hardships, all that, because you just made a choice that the cause, like your action is going to bring this effect. Your cause, whatever your cause is going to bring this effect. So that's all it is the study of that throughout human nature, throughout society. Like they basically saw how people were living, right? And if you do these actions, if you become drunk, if you're drunk all the time, that person's life didn't turn out good. So you can put that in a book and say, don't become drunk, don't become too drunk all the time, because the effects of that, the long-term effects of that, are XYZ, you know, laziness, sloppiness, rudeness, whatever. But all it is the study of cause and effect. And that's all these religions are, is basically, when you do these things, bad things happen, so don't do them. When you do these things, good things happen, so continue to do them. That's all religion is the study of good. Like what we call good and bad is really just a concept, because like there's no intrinsic value to good and bad, which is very true. Like it's what you make it. I mean, certain things you can say inherently are bad. Like if you just do something that I guess is like just doesn't make sense at all, you could say that's bad, you know, but it's only because the effects of the action are bad. What's coming is bad. If you do something and there's no consequences, there's no effect, there's no bad effect to what you just did, then it's hard to explain to someone why that was a bad action. Because you could even, certain people, like if they get away with something and they know it was bad, they're like, well, I got away with it, so how bad was it really? And it's hard to argue that in a moral sense, you know? It's really just the study of cause and effect. And the more time that goes on, you notice like that things change too, because where rules were different before, like for example, homosexuality in the Bible, right? It's like, yo, don't do that, that's wrong. But now we're in a society where it's more accepted, because the cause and effects are different, I'm assuming. Probably back then when you did that, you were probably ridiculed, and the whole village or town or wherever you were looked at you like you're some type of abomination. Now that we've grown past that and we're more accepting, it's no longer a sin, or it's no longer bad, it's no longer wrong, because the effects are no longer bad. If you are gay or homosexual or whatever, the effect is not people hating you or people ridiculing you or kicking you out of your town. You know, it's just more accepted. So now it's no longer inherently bad. So that's my whole thing. Religion is basically just it's just a rule book of it's just keeping score of what humans think is bad, what humans think is good, and then you put it in a book and teach it to people and basically tell them, okay, these actions equal good, these actions equal bad. But it's all up to human perception, to be honest with you. It's all about society's perception of good and bad. And as sad as that sounds, it's the truth. Because there is no good and bad. We're not taught that, really. You're, as a human, in your natural state, you're only taught that by your parents or people who care about you. And the only reason they're teaching you that is so that you can have a better life amongst other humans. You see what I'm saying? Like, in this society, these are the rule books. These are the cause and effects. This is what, this is your guide. And that's all that religion is to me. And it doesn't matter if you're Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever. It doesn't matter, because it's all the same thing. It's all just teaching you these actions lead to a better life. These actions lead to a worse life. But to think that because someone has learned from a different rule book than you, that they are less than you, or not equal to you, or not going to have a better life after this, I think that's ridiculous, because first of all, it's very unfair and selfish to think that way. And secondly, it's just what makes you say that your rules are better than someone else's? They could look at you and say the same thing, and they could say your rules are flawed, your book is flawed. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that. And I'm not going to make a bunch of religious videos because I really don't like talking about it that much. But I had to get that off my chest because I was watching a video last night and it just spoke to me, like how true it was about, it's just all perception of what's good and bad. You could explain to someone, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. And they could look at you and say, no, that's right, that's right, that's right. And God's never going to come down and say, this person, you're the right one. The only thing that's going to happen is the effects are gonna show you kind of who was wrong and right. The after effects will show you, okay, maybe you were right because this happened and that wasn't good because of my actions. And that's really, I guess you could say that's God in a way. But God never comes down and says, this person was right, you were wrong, or anything. And I don't think that happens in the afterlife. I don't think God is gonna tell us, oh, you weren't this, you're gonna burn forever, or oh, you were this, you're gonna have a great life forever. I don't think that's the way. I don't think that's the way at all. And I think there's a reason that there's different religions, because depending on the society and the humans in that society, you need different rules. You need a different set of rules, because depending on what that society's faith and belief is, you have to follow different guidelines. It's not going to be the same across the globe. Maybe one day, but right now, depending on the society you're in, you need that guideline of cause and effect. You need that rule book to guide you, depending on which society you're in. But yeah, today is dumb nice. I'm about to go smoke or do something with my day, but I just wanted to leave you guys with that. Don't you could be religious, you know what I'm saying, but just don't look down on other people who aren't in your religious group. That's all I want. That's the main point of this video, is that you're not better than someone just because you believe a certain religion or anything like that. That needs to stop. But yeah, you guys have a great day. Enjoy this weather if you're from Long Island, and I'll catch you guys next video. Deuces.